Hello and welcome back to Seaside Garage. Today I have decided to try to make a at least temporarily fix on the suspension pipes on the Princess. Of course I have been trying to get new pipes. That doesn't seem to be a solution or possibility. They are rare. Then I have considered making them myself, and I'm not completely off that idea just yet, but I need some tooling for that. So that's off the table for now at least as well. Then there is the possibility of getting a hydraulic shop to make some new ones for me. So what I'm going to try to do today is that I'm going to cut the rusted out section from the pipe. Then I'm going to put in a piece of copper tubing and some compression joints there. I've seen that kind of fixes work before. The problem is that the compression joints are not really designed for steel tubing. And yeah, it's a 50-50 chance if it actually works, I think. The other suspension pipe on my Princess is also fixed. Someone put a full-length copper tubing on the underneath it, and then some rubbers in between the old steel piping. It looks like a botch, but actually, as far as I know, the previous owner didn't do that fix. So that was already like that when he bought it back in 2005. And remember, this has been a daily driver until 12, I think, and then a classic driver until 19, where it was unregistered. Therefore, that repair, even though it looks like a botch, has been working for at least 15 years. Maybe the rubber should be changed, but I'm just gonna leave it as is for the time being at least. There's still pressure in that side of the suspension system, so it is still tight enough to hold pressure at least, but of course the pressure is going to be a lot higher when we pump it up. But I'm just gonna try it because if I can get the suspension to work, then I can concentrate on all the other work that needs to be done to get this back on the road. Let's get it up in the air. Let's just take a quick look at it again. As you can see, this is the working side that has been repaired with a rubber and a lot of Jubilee clips. It doesn't look really good, but yeah, as I just told you, it has been working for a lot of years. So I think I'm just gonna keep it as is. Maybe I'm gonna get some new hydraulic rubbers to go in between there at some point, but for testing purpose, it will be just fine. Of course, I'm not gonna have my face right here while I pump it up. I'm just gonna keep my distance, but on the other side, it's the old steel tubing. And what I hope to do is to make a cut right around here. This is the faulty bit. And then find where the pipe is healthy. And then make a cut. And then try to make a compression joint and a piece of copper piping in there. Will it work? I don't know. The compression joints are not supposed to be used on steel piping, but it should actually work, but we'll see about that. It needs to hold a lot of pressure. So the system was completely empty, but I would just like to add that maybe it's not a good idea to use an angle grinder for this because hydroelastic fluid is quite flammable. So maybe that was a bad idea, but I survived. As you can see, the pipe end looks really nice on this side. Also on the other side, but it's best right here. It looks brand new actually. So yeah, it's been protected really well. And the rust, I think, actually didn't come from the pipe itself. It came from the floor and then got into the pipe. But let's try to make a union right there. Yeah, I was worried about this. It seems to be too big for the compression joint. That's not good. That's not a good beginning. So this turned out to be a bit more complicated because this is a piece of the piping that I cut out of the Princess. And this is around 12.7 millimeters. And I believe that's called 1.5 inch pipe. And my plan was to join it together with this pipe, which is 11.92, but it's 12 millimeters. Or it's supposed to be. And the normal size in Denmark is millimeters, and therefore I bought compression joints for 12 millimeter. The compression ring on a 12 millimeter will not fit on this pipe, And I have tried to get a 1.5 inch compression joint that goes to a 12 millimeter. That is difficult to get. And even getting 1/2 inch compression joints is difficult. I think I will have to get them back from the USA actually. So then I was considering trying to make a thread in it and see if that would work, but it is so thin, so I don't think that's a good thing. So I have decided to go the Bosch way and actually fit a piece of rubber with some Jubilee clips, just like it's done on the other side. I don't think I will be able to make any flare on those, so it will not be as strong as it could be, but this is what I'm going to try to do. You've got to just at least attempt to pump the suspension up and see if it works as it is supposed to, and then in the future make a better repair. So yeah, it's a botch, but if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then it doesn't work. And sometimes you will have to try stuff to to learn. So it is now back together pretty much with the same repair as in the other side. I really don't like this repair, I got to admit, and I'm not even sure that it will hold pressure because this is not how I hoped it would turn out. I really would like to use the compression joints. So I'm going to try to see if I can find some that fits, or even better, find the right pipes for this, or maybe get the entire pipe made out of this copper tubing. But let's see if it works. Safety first. A 100 psi. And it's leaking. Let's try to save as much of the fluid as possible. This repair will never work. I'm sure of it. I only reached 100 psi and it's already leaking badly, and I actually think I have to go to 500 psi. So there's no chance, unfortunately. So I then decided to try and pump the rest of the fluid into the other side, and it instantly burst at around 300 psi. It doesn't look to be from where it connects, but it's hard to say. I have to take it up in the air to see. But this is just not working out. This one seems to have burst right there, which is pretty much the only bit of the old piping still on this side, because the other one is changed by the copper piping. But yeah, this car needs new pipes all the way on both sides. I don't think I can do much about that. It's a shame, but that is how it is. This project is going to be on hold until I find pipes or some better solution than this, that's for sure. So another video on the Princess, and no progress made at all, but you cannot win every time. I really hope someone got the pipes lying around or know a better solution than what I'm doing right now. Maybe finding the right compression joints could help. Either way, and I'm gonna put the Princess in a corner while I think about it, and I'm gonna drag out another project until I find a solution on this suspension problem. Either way, thank you for watching and see you in the next one.